What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Though you guys could probably already tell, it is going down. Just by that title alone, definitely going to see this as we're witnessing an explosion on the set. ABC's The View. We got The View host Sunny Hostin back at it again. I've told you guys before, if these View hosts, the ladies on the set of The View, aren't fighting amongst each other, they're fighting with the guests they bring onto the show. No different in today's segment, guys, and I'm excited to get into it. So we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Then I'd love to hear your thoughts on is how did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper-qualified woman of color? Do you think
she is already going, guys? I have to just stop her on that point. She's talking about Kamala Harris being hyper qualified, and then she always throws in, this is Sunny Hostin, guys. She is big on being prejudiced. I don't understand how ABC allows her to get up there time in and time out, spew this divisive narrative rhetoric. It just doesn't make sense to me. Sunny Hostin, how is Kamala Harris hyper qualified? If anything, she is a uber underqualified. She shouldn't have been up for the position. She never won a primary.
How did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper qualified woman of color? Do you think that racism and misogyny played any part in this election?
Well, you know, listen, I think that Vice President Harris was eminently qualified. And I supported her with everything that I had, and I think so many Americans did. It was a close election at the end of the day.
That right there, guys, they're so in denial. They're deluded. They live in a whole different, it was a landslide victory Trump's way. They're still saying that she was, you know, very a great candidate. She did all she could do, guys. You need to start blaming these folks for simply throwing the election for you. You know, she came with no policies, no positions. All we got was word salads, flip-flops. It didn't make sense. I thought we were going to the beach, a picnic on the beach. Well, salad and flip-flop. The way it was going down, it does not make sense, and they won't. They're going to lose 2028 if they continue down this path. They're coping, guys. So much copium.
That I had, and I think so many Americans did. It was a close election at the end of the day. Didn't break in her direction. I think we all are going to unpack as part of our after-action analysis. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Where did we fall short? I do think that the emerging lesson, separate and apart from reasons may be connected to race and misogyny, is that the economy was the dominant theme for a lot of folks.
Come on now. It was the economy, stupid. You guys need to focus on that. The policy, sorry, there's a gnat in here, guys. The policies and positions that Kamala had were just, they're simply not relating. It didn't seem like it was going to benefit the American people. Our nation spoke up and they spoke against Kamala Harris. Come on, yo.
Is that the economy was the dominant theme for a lot of folks, particularly when you consider that in many communities of color, there was movement away from the Democratic candidate and toward the former president. But I think we have to unpack it all. And it's understandable that there's great disappointment amongst a lot of people. You know, she represented tremendous hope for a new day in the United States of America.
How did she represent hope for a new day in America? It didn't make sense. She couldn't separate. The View is what really tanked her campaign. Sunny Hostin is who done. They're trying to figure out why they lost. It was when she sat on the set of The View and couldn't separate or say a thing that she would do different than Joe Biden. American folks heard that on both sides, like, oh no, definitely a definite no. That solidified her loss. It was Sunny Hostin that did it, guys. Come on now. I don't understand how she's representing all this hope if she wasn't any different from Joe Biden that we've seen.
She represented tremendous hope for a new day in the United States of America. But Shirley Chisholm took a step forward. Hillary Clinton took a step forward. Now Kamala Harris is taking a step forward.
Geraldine Ferraro.
Geraldine Ferraro. Shout out to Queens, New York. And Geraldine Ferraro took an incredible step forward. That was all part of the path to where we will eventually get to in the United States of America.
In which lifetime?
Now,
Sooner rather than later, I believe. Sooner rather than later.
since the election, many Americans of color, actually, across the country, including high schoolers.
See, guys, the color thing is always race this, race that. I'm not sure. Like, it does not make sense to me. Such a hateful, divisive person. She's allowed to get up here on this show and do this every day. I'm surprised the fans haven't spoke out or caught on to this, or maybe they're also, biased, prejudiced to other races, because the way Sunny hosts it always throws in, folks of color did this. Folks of color did this. I can't believe a woman of color didn't win against a white. Like, come on, man. Drop the race politics. It just does not resonate. And that's why I'm telling you right now, guys, I keep saying it. They keep up this whole act on why, Donald Trump won because he was a white man. They're going to lose 2028 too. Mark my words, guys.
Many Americans of color, actually, across the country, including high schoolers, have received these vile racist text messages from anonymous numbers saying things like they've been selected to pick cotton.
Man, Sunny Hostin, show me the text. I need to see who's getting that. That's the stuff right there. This bogus, this baloney, that's how they're coping. Their aftermath. They're breaking down. You're seeing them, libs breaking down on TikTok, crying. The world's coming in. People saying they're moving out the country for 4 years, taking 4-year cruises. Come on now. Now they're saying they're getting hateful text. This just doesn't make sense. This is Sunny Hostin.
Anonymous numbers saying things like they've been selected to pick cotton. I know 2 people that received those. Children.
Oh my.
What?
2 people. I want Sunny Hostin to list name drop them, please, Sunny Hostin, because we know she always tries that. She's just like her twin flame, Kamala Harris. They always inject themselves into every situation, scenario, every hardship that someone's going through. It happened to me too. I grew up in a middle class, household. Mom trying to struggle to feed me and my. I mean, that is exactly what Sunny Hostin does. It just doesn't make sense. I know 2 folks.
Vile racist text messages from anonymous numbers saying things like they've been selected to pick cotton. I know 2 people that received those. Children. What do you think is behind this rash of hate, and what is your message to those that are really afraid of what's to come?
Yeah, it's very unacceptable that this would happen in the immediate aftermath. And clearly, some far-right extremists have been empowered or emboldened by their sense of what Donald Trump's election represents. And it's going to be on
far-right extremists. But we didn't see more folks on the left come after Donald Trump attempts on his life from far-left extremists than what they're saying, all these far-right extremists. You got to show me these folks, because I'm simply not seeing them out here and active like they're saying they are.
By their sense of what Donald Trump's election represents. And it's going to be on all of us to stand up, show up, speak up for what we know is right. In America, that represents the gorgeous mosaic of people of every race and religion and gender and background. That's what makes America an incredible country. Yeah. And that will continue to be an important ingredient in who we are moving forward. And we've got to push back against the racism and the hatred and the bigotry. And we will.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Joy Behar talking about all these outlets, these new social media platforms where folks are getting all this false information from. She's just mad because they're not getting their false information fed to them by ABC's The View. I mean, come on, you guys. This is honestly getting sad, pathetic to see the way ever since Donald Trump's landslide victory, you had all these folks on the left trying to cope. They've been, crying out. There's been tons of TikTok videos, videos I've seen on Instagram, Facebook, every outlet of these libs on the left absolutely losing it behind Donald Trump's victory. You guys, the things that I've been seeing these folks blaming Donald Trump's win on, they're saying, how do we waste $1.3 billion and we still came up that short? Find me the votes. I mean, this is definitely not one of those situations. Your candidate was just simply not up to the task. She was underqualified. Folks on the left want to argue the point and say that she was hyper qualified black woman that should have took this in a land. And that's not the case. I can barely contain myself not to smile, not to laugh, because let's be honest with ourselves, this lady didn't even win a fair primary. Then you guys are going to call hyper qualified. I think you guys are taking things a bit too far until folks on the left wake up and realize, like Hakeem Jeffries said, it's the economy, stupid. Economy, her policies, her positions, the flip-flops. I mean, just her whole attitude, her position towards her candidacy just didn't make sense. And that's why folks simply didn't pick her. I mean, come on, you blame it on misogyny, the R word, all these other crazy reasons why she didn't win. And that is simply not why Kamala lost in blowout fashion. Until these folks wake up and realize they're going to continue to lose in landslide fashion. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.